This episode is sponsored by Pound Fun, but more on that a little bit later in the episode.
In today's episode, we're talking all things Christmas,
including Santa, so we advise that you do not listen in front of kids. Hi everyone and welcome to Mama Social, the podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kayleigh, and we're here to talk motherhood, womanhood, and all things adulthood.
So grab yourself a bev and enjoy. I have never in my life seen a calpol sachet.
What? 95 people wished me happy birthday. I was like, it's not my birthday, it's Lauren's birthday.
You've created a little version of yourself.
Yes. How can a household not have a potato?
Don't know.
But I was like, why on earth are you giving me more to do? Just do one Christmas jump a day together.
It's always hard to stand when you're too afraid to fall.
Deep. Profound. Stop it.
But why? Why is that triggering you? I've been up since 5:15 today. Do you know, all this week, right? So Ovi hasn't been very well. He's just been full of cold and he's slept through the night every single night for like 9 days. It's been absolutely fantastic. But then this morning, I think he's starting to perk up and he's been up since 5:15.
Isn't that weird? Because Eva's not been very well, but it's like completely thrown asleep.
Yeah, so well, he had crap sleep anyway.
Yeah.
So it made his better.
Were you dosing him up?
Not really. I try to give like minimal calpol and stuff, like unless I feel like he really needs it, I wouldn't give it.
I agree.
So it's only like the last since Friday, the last 3 days that he's had consistent calpol.
Eva's had like a bit fevery, like this virus that everybody's got and is going around. So being given a calpol to keep on top of it, and now she's like, I got a bad head. I need some calpol. And I'm like,
Oaks went through a phase of like being traumatized by medicine, like just being traumatized by taking it. Like you couldn't get him to take it. Now he loves taking calpol. Does he
do it himself? Because
he does it himself, and he's constantly got a bad leg. Oh, my legs are hurting. I can't walk, man. My legs are hurting. I need some calpol. And I'm like,
no,
nice try.
Yeah, it's not ideal. But can we just address that calpol should not be doing them sachets anymore? And if they are doing the sachets, they should be in like a straw form, like a froob.
I have never in my life seen a calpol sachet.
What? Like, it's a big box and you get them when you're like traveling and they're literally just rectangle paper bags, sachets, on the go calpol. But you rip them and they're too big to go in the mouth, then you've got to try and get a spoon. If they just made a froob version.
Yeah.
That's Sarah ruining our podcast.
Sarah's been back 1 week. She's trying to ruin the podcast.
It's not about you, Sarah.
she's trying to talk. Do you want a mic?
We have said get her on the mic, producer mic.
I want to have a headset like Britney Spears.
She said, yes, please, anybody. So if anybody from calpol's listening, very not going to be.
Well,
but get froobs.
I've never seen them in my life.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do they exist still?
Yes.
I've never seen them. Never.
Calpol.
You don't have to prove it. I believe you.
No, I've committed.
I believe you.
I can't spell sachet, so I just put it down. Right, anyway, how's your week been? Pits and peaks, let's go.
Pits and peaks. Pit. Everyone in my house has been poorly. And I feel like now I'm starting to, like my voice is starting to sound a bit hoarse, but I just don't have time.
But didn't you have the poops or the vomits last week? Or have I made that up?
Oh my God. Yeah, I did. Forgot about that. There you go, that's another pit. No, I didn't have diarrhea. I just was suddenly overcame by a really awful sickness. What? What's funny? Overcame?
It sounds like we're on the set of Bridgerton. I was suddenly
overcome. No, I was at work, right? And I felt absolutely fine.
She's pregnant.
Like, I'm not 100%. I did a test because I was a little bit paranoid. Really? Like, even though I'd had my period, there was still part of us that was like, why on earth do I feel like this?
Yeah, but your irrational brain goes, oh, that's just the, what is it? The bedding in blood. What's that called?
So then I was like,
what's that
the
called?
period was a little bit early actually, so maybe that was an implantation blade.
Yes,
So I did do a test to like just check, and that is absolutely not the case. I think it was just like migraine. I think it was it was either migraine or like a 12-hour thing, because my head was pounding as well. I was vomiting in a bag driving home.
Ew.
No, there was nowhere for us to pull over. I was like driving down this little country lane thing, and I could feel it coming, and I was like, there's nowhere for us to go. There is nowhere for us to go. And luckily there was a carrier bag, and I just had to position it, and I was going, ugh. And it was just,
as you were driving?
As I was driving, holding onto the steering wheel like this.
Eyeballs popping out.
Because I was trying so much to concentrate on the drive and not like let the sickness completely take over, that it was just dribbling. It was awful.
You know what the worst thing is about driving? That is the worst thing. I've never heard that before. But when you sneeze.
Yeah.
On the A19, you sneeze and you go, like you think death is coming.
Yeah. So
that is so weird. You in cars and sickness is a thing.
Well, usually it's hungover though.
Yeah.
Usually, well,
or
after
a spa.
Happened, yeah, after a spa. Me and heat don't mix. Me, heat and drink do not mix. Even though I only had like 2 drinks, but yeah. So yeah, everyone's been ill. Peak of my week. I'm 35 now.
How was your birthday?
It was just another day.
Did you not enjoy any gifts?
But I mean, yes, I got some gifts delivered to my door from Kayleigh, 2 separate Uber drivers who both said happy birthday to me as instructed.
But happy birthday, Kayleigh.
One of them was calling us Kayleigh. One of them kept calling us Kayleigh as well. I feel like he was really trying really hard to be friendly. So it was my birthday. So then he was like, oh, you have dogs, Kayleigh. And I was like, yeah. How many, Kayleigh? And I was like, 2. He was like, I'll take one, Kayleigh. And I was like, you won't.
Goodbye,
I
Caleb.
felt too bad to be like, oh, I'm not Kayleigh, by the way. But I was just like, thank you.
Yeah, I'd literally put on the notes, requirement, say happy birthday.
Yeah. So the first one was like, happy birthday. And I was like, oh,
here's your colony caterpillar.
Thanks so much.
Has the flowers lasted?
Yeah.
I love a good flower, you know.
I do like a flower.
Good. You know what was interesting about that day, though? That somehow you had made it on my Facebook that it was my birthday.
I don't know how.
So the only way that I can think that it's happened is when you've set up the Instagram for Mama Social the pod, you've put my name and your date of birth. I can't have,
because that was an old one of my accounts.
Because
I can't have put your name.
95 people wished me happy birthday on Facebook.
So what, it was linked to Facebook?
It was, because that's linked to my Facebook somehow. And Tash rang us, left a voice note going, hello, my oldest and dearest friend. So now are we calling you the Queen? Because I now know that you have 2 birthdays in the year. Because it is the 1st of July, your birthday. So why are we saying happy birthday on the 5th of December?
Birthday.
I just said it's not all Lauren's fault.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. But I'm glad that people wished you a happy birthday. I hope you had a great day. I hope you had a really good day.
Well, Sarah's in the office and Julie had said something about my birthday and Sarah's face went, because she'd been in half an hour, she thought she'd forgot that it was my birthday. And I was like, it's not my birthday, it's Lauren's birthday. Anyway, so that was an interesting morning. But you got lots of love from my Facebook.
Great.
There we are.
Great. So, peak of my week.
Yeah.
And it might even be like the peak of 2025. I'm getting my cleaners back.
Yay!
Not until February.
Shut up.
Not until February. We'll get some work done in the house in January, like the middle of Jan. So I just think it's pointless getting them back then, because everywhere's just going to get absolutely filthy.
Well, you get all playroom.
Yeah. So I've booked them in for a deep clean beginning of February.
How expensive is that though?
It's expensive, but honest to God, the anger that I have felt this year, it's worth every penny.
Mm-hmm. I've told you
every penny.
You're going to have to give them to me as well, because Mrs. Laverick's not cleaning anymore. So yes, I need the info. But I don't want to wait till February.
No, well, I think they had availability from Jan, but I just asked for Feb.
I don't know if they do Kayleigh though, do they?
I have no idea. I would have to ask.
I will ask.
Just want to have this last gulp of my tea.
Should I do my pits? Pit. I've got one, but I don't want it to offend anybody.
Oh, come on then.
AKA my mother.
Oh.
So, Mum, this is with love. But being away at the weekend with your entire family, it always comes with a little bit of stress, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Like, when there's that many dynamics in the house.
I don't even know why I'm like, oh, yeah, I'd never do it.
Yeah, you did.
Oh,
you went away with Glenn's
Glenn's
family.
Yeah.
But, like, I think it's strange. It must be strange when you are the parents of adults and then they still try and baby, like our Mark was babied all weekend. Like, now Mark's going, Mum, I'm 40-year-old. I do that for myself. Like, it must be a really weird thing.
I wonder what it is like because I have to constantly remind my mum of my age.
I am 35.
35. This episode is sponsored by Pound Fun. Can we say the C word?
Absolutely. Say the C word.
Okay then, it's nearly Christmas, guys, and we know that Christmas can end up costing a small fortune, which is why we're very proud to be partnering up with Pound Fun.
Pound Fun are dedicated to providing budget-friendly, high-quality toys for children of all ages. They've been around since 2023, and their mission is to make the joy of play accessible to every family by offering a wide range of cheap toys that inspire creativity and learning.
And we have an exclusive 20% off code to save you even more, meaning you can nurture your child's imagination without breaking the bank. You can use code MAMA20 at the checkout.
That's MAMMA 20.
This podcast is sponsored by Pretty Mama Maternity. Breastfeeding mamas, we've got something that's going to change your life.
Pretty Mama have an amazing selection of breastfeeding clothing, from sweatshirts to t-shirts and even t-shirt dresses.
Their discreet zips open diagonally so that you can breastfeed with confidence, comfortably, knowing that you're covered.
They're easy to wear and trendy, and will see you through breastfeeding and beyond.
You can use our discount code MAMA15 for 15% off site-wide.
That's MAMMA 15. So it was such a good weekend, but then it just gets you a bit stressed having that many people with that many opinions. And I cooked tea on Saturday and I'd watched the stress of... No, they loved it. The stress of the morning breakfast where Mum was just barking orders. Dad was surrounded in fat from bacon and sausages. Our Martin and Laura were running about, and me and Dale sat in the kitchen, in the living room. My mum's going, "Are you not going to help?" I was like, "No, all of you are just running around like chaos. Headless chickens. Just let somebody do it. I'm going to sit in here and have me cuppa." So when we were eating breakfast, I said, "FYI, when I'm cooking tonight, nobody is in that kitchen." My mum was like, "We'll all pitch in." I said, "Nobody is in that kitchen. I'm making the gammon, chips, egg, me lovely salad, crusty bread." Didn't obviously bake the bread, but I'm doing it. And if I need some help, I'll shout. And guess what? It was perfect. And I had it all on the table.
Too many cooks.
Spoil the broth. So you have all these expectations that you're going to have a great weekend. And it was a great weekend. But it's a weird dynamic as well. I think you just got to lean into that, don't you?
Lean into the weird.
Lean in. So that was that. My peak, Freddie. I was a very proud mum on Friday. Did I tell you what he got given?
No.
So it was his nativity on Friday.
What was he?
He was a narrator, but he'd only told us a few days before they'd give him a solo.
What is a
song?
A solo song?
Solo song.
So he had to sing?
With a microphone in
what
the
did
middle.
He sing?
What's that one about? Laying your head down, Jesus.
I have no idea.
Away in a manger, nothing for
That
a
one.
bed.
That one.
The little Lord Jesus laid down his sweet head.
Oh, right, okay.
That one.
So he sang that one?
That song.
The whole song?
The whole song. And then the rest of the year ones and year twos all joined in on the last verse.
Oh, that's really cute.
And he was in the middle. He was moving his hands. He was like, but he'd known for weeks and not told us. And
Why did he not tell you?
I don't know. I think he just forgets. He's got the power of my forgetful brain where if it's not in your head in that moment, it's gone. But he said to Alexa, play whatever that song's called.
Away in a Manger.
Away in a Manger. And me and Ava were walking up the hall and he just started singing the karaoke version. And we stood in the hall and I was going, oh my God, like this beautiful angel of a voice. And I like popped my head over and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, I've got a solo. I was like, what? He was like, with a microphone and everything. I was like, really so we sat on the kitchen floor, me and him, and I was like, do you want to like go over it? And he was like, yeah. I said, it was like, away in a manger. And I was like, why don't we elongate, like going back into my old job? And me and him were having a proper vibe. We were vibing. Eva, after 5 minutes, was bored of the vibe. Was stand in front and go, hello. Hello. And then he went into the living room and performed it for Dale. And it was like melting, like just... Anyway, Friday, Dale's mum, my mum, you only get 2 tickets, morning and afternoon. So 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Dale's mum, me and Sarah were on a call. And I had Dee had rang us, Paul had rang us, my mum, Louise, and you know when you're in work and you forget that there's a moment happening. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, has something happened? Like this, too many people are ringing us. So I answered and Dee was like, oh, Kayleigh, I cried. I was like, oh, he's solo. Then Louise rang and then my mum, then Paul. And it was, Louise was going, make sure you bring some tissues. I was like, what? Aww. So we went in the afternoon and I could see he's had a little bit of a virus like what Eva's had. And I'd said to him on the Thursday, I said, mind Freddie, if you're practicing today, try not to sing. Let's save your voice. And he was like, Mum, we're doing it in front of the rest of the school today. I have to sing. And I was like, all right. And by the time the afternoon come, I could tell like he was proper going for it and his little voice was cutting out on some of the bigger, on the other tunes that they were singing. And I was like, oh my, and I was shitting myself. Just before, and I don't know why, but I felt the nerves, what he would have been feeling, because I know that nervous feeling. Lauren, he got up and he was the most confident. And that was what was so endearing. I've created this little...
monster.
But
you've created a little version of yourself.
Yes. But like...
Did you film it?
You weren't allowed.
Oh,
you weren't allowed.
You weren't allowed to film your own child.
No, because he's surrounded by the others.
Kids.
And like, the amount... It wasn't... Because his voice... Bless him, he was cutting out a little bit because he'd been singing all week. But his voice is so beautiful. But it wasn't even that. It was the fact that he got up in hundreds of people and he was just like, this is me. Like, I was like, oh my God. Anyway, it was very nice. A teacher came over and she was like, are you Freddie's mum? And I went, yeah. She went, you need to get him into theatre school. I was like, I know. She was like, my friend owns one. And I was like, no, I'm all right. I know where he's going to go. So I messaged my old theatre school going, Kate, I only trust you. Can you have my son? So he's starting in January.
Oh, cute.
So I was very proud of him, but he could have sang like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
But I couldn't have cared. It was the fact that he got up and he stood there and was so confident in his own skin. Stunning. And he was buzzing that he got 2 certificates, one off the head teacher and one off they do like certificates on the Friday assembly. So he got one for resilience and one was the head teacher award, Miss Bowmaker. And both of them said for standing and singing so beautifully and confidently. Bless him.
That's really cute.
Isn't it?
I keep hearing your stomach make noises.
Now I'm hungry.
Mm-hmm. You need to eat before a podcast.
No, I'm fasting. Too much red wine. Friday night, I know it was me pit, but it was so fun when the kids and everybody went to bed. Me, my brother, my sister-in-law and Dale, 4 bottles of red wine down, putting the world to rights, conspiracy theory, the lot, like everything. And Mark was like, so tomorrow night, can we talk about Antarctica? So we were like putting agendas on. We didn't talk about Antarctica, but it was good.
I do like to fall into a good conspiracy theory.
Honestly, it's my favourite pastime. You got to know the room though, because there's sometimes me and Dale talk about some absolute off-the-wall, batshit crazy ones, and we'll talk about them with our friends, and they're like, oh my God, another one of the Lavricks going berserk. So our Martin and Laura were fully up for it, so everything came out. Good.
Maybe we should do that one time.
What, on a podcast or just round wine?
No, not on a podcast. People would think we were batshit crazy.
Don't, because I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. Right, so it's been a good week. But guess what I'm doing this weekend?
What are you doing?
Going away again.
Too social.
With Dale's family.
Too social.
So similar thing, in a house with all of them and the auntie and uncle and their child. He's 30. Adult. So I'm a bit anxious that we're going to have the same sort of dynamics of like stressy.
I'll be fine.
I'm just going to...
Just go with chilled vibes.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to be stressy.
Yeah.
Just let everyone else be stressy.
And there's no other kids there, so it's just my kids. The rest are all adults.
So plenty of adults to look after your kids. Great.
Perfect.
Best weekend ever.
No, actually, going to enjoy this weekend.
Yeah, you are.
So, this week's topic, Miss Lauren, December mental load. How are you finding the mental load of December?
I mean, me at the minute, it's just not even the December mental load. It's just being an adult. It's just getting a bit too much. And all the things that you have to think about.
You came in here this morning fuming.
Oh, it was just you know when you get an email that says you need to reconfirm your 30 hours childcare. But it's just never a simple task. It's just never, well, actually it was. It did end up being really, really simple. But yeah. Just all of those little things, getting an invoice for the mortgage advisor, getting an email to have to fill this out, to I just can't be bothered with it anymore. I just want to lie in bed for a few days and pretend that nothing else exists. And then when you're doing all that, and then you think, oh shit, I haven't actually bought any Christmas presents yet.
Dale said that to me.
Three Christmas presents.
Dale's not normally one for like organising anything, but he said on the drive home last night, you really need
exactly, because it's us.
You really need to get the kids sorted for Christmas. I was like, pardon? He was like, well, you normally sort it by now. I was like, no, I'm not. And also, you get sorted. And he says, well, I've got him his Xbox. We've got Freddie an Xbox.
Oh God, that's an expensive present.
Well, this is the thing. Every year,
how much is an Xbox now?
I think it was 300 and odd. I'm totally lying, not a clue.
He doesn't need anything else.
I know. And I spent 300 quid on their Christmas, clothes over the Christmas period. Mm-hmm. And Dale's like, yeah, but that's not a present
for them to open.
And I'm like, well, I'm wrapping them.
Yeah. So, well, I did a massive order from Zara on Black Friday for clothes for the two of them. Mm-hmm. And then when it came, I was like, they're not going to be interested in the slightest in opening these at Christmas. So I've just shoved them all in the wardrobes.
Eva just loves opening presents though, so she'll not be bothered.
But I feel like Ovi'll just like wrapping paper. So he's not getting much.
Yeah. Well, I did a big order on Black Friday from Pound Fun.
Pound Fun?
So cheap because you had the 30% off, but then our 20%, so 50% off.
That is absolutely great.
No.
Did you see the video that was on my story the other day?
Where we were on the weekend, there was no service really.
I need to show you this video. So I gave Oak some of the Pound Fun stuff.
Right.
So obviously he's been playing with it all weekend, but oh my God, I had so much fun. I had so much fun with this one thing. Like it was great. Please. Straight off his nose. That was a poo catapult.
Hold on.
That's it.
I know, but I didn't see how it hit him.
I know because my hand's in the way, but you do see it go straight off his nose. I spent ages aiming for the balls, but I could never get them.
So you just went face.
So then I went face and it just straight off his nose.
For anybody from an audio perspective, that was a tiny little
poo catapult
that smacked off Glenn's head.
Yeah.
Nose.
The poo straight off his nose. It was great.
What about the potato shooter?
I don't have any potato.
I don't understand. How can a household not have a potato?
Don't know.
I think that's like bread, eggs, milk, potatoes.
No. No potatoes. All the rest.
What is your essentials?
Bread. Eggs.
Yeah.
Cheese.
Cheese.
That's probably it. Bread, eggs, cheese, milk, yogurts. That's what we've always got.
I've always got blueberries hanging about in my house.
Raspberries, but they only last 2 minutes.
Don't they? Obscene.
Anyway, back to December.
Yeah, sorry. Yes. So, Freddie, this is what I was trying to say. Dale will see the pile that we've got for Christmas. He's done this the last 2 years and gone, that's not enough. And he drives to Argos, like the middle of the day on Christmas Eve and buys a couple of £100 worth of cake. I'm like, they don't need it. So I've said this year, Freddie's pile is going to be tiny.
Yeah,
because he's got
a massive
Xbox with a couple of games and he's obsessed with football. So Dale, some big footballers made this like training mat. It looks like a dance mat, but you have a ball on it, you know, like dance mats. It attaches to your telly and it's a game and it's like you move the ball, like roll, up, down, tap, 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 tap. Like, dunno, some big footballers made this mat.
That sounds quite good.
But Dale was like, I want to have a gun. But that was expensive as well.
I can imagine.
And I'm like, we've spent too much already. So, yes, Eva needs stuff. She wants some Barbie. She wants Play-Doh.
Yeah.
But why is it a me thing?
It just always is.
It always is. So that's the mental load. And then my mum's like, I haven't got anything for you for Christmas. I'm like, I'm all right.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't care at all. I don't want a single present for Christmas. I want nothing. There's nothing that I would want.
Cannot wait to show you what I've got Dale for Christmas.
I thought you were going to say you. I was thinking, please don't buy me anything because I don't want to buy you something. That's one more thing that I don't want to think about.
I don't ever buy people to think that I'm getting something back.
Okay, but still don't buy me anything.
I'm not buying anything. If I buy you anything, it'll be a croissant and I'll bring it in here.
I do like a croissant. So what are you buying, Dale?
I can't, in case he listens, I can't. I'll tell you afterwards.
Right, okay.
But I am so effing excited.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to do a weekend away as well. I'm going to book. And Peter Kay is back on tour.
All right.
So he never asked for anything, but an advert came on the telly the other day and he was like, that would be something good. And I was like, oh, I'll book that. Yes, so the mental load is just, there's always a something. Why? So Eva's in a school daycare, but she does half of our education hour. She has half of the day's education hours and half the day's daycare. Mm-hmm. Why the hell? This is the first time that they're doing this. Why the hell are they not doing everything together? I have 2 Christmas jumper days, 2 discos, 2, they've got a sports run for some reason. They've got 2 of everything. So because the nursery workers are like, Kayleigh won't have seen Class Dojo with all this on. And nursery teacher came and collared us on Friday and was like, have you seen? And she was like, pull your calendar up, put this in. That's bad, isn't it? But I was like, why on earth are you giving me more shit to do? Just do one Christmas jumper day together. Get your calendars together. You're in the same building. But they're not.
Yeah,
that's stressful.
Yeah, all of that does add quite a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you're already like, I'm already thinking of uniform and stuff, and then I'll iron some uniform and then be like, oh my God, it's not even.
It's Christmas jumper day.
It's Christmas jumper day. It's children in need. It's something.
It's a something day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stressing me out.
I think just uniform forever.
Then you think of the kids because Christmas jumpers are quite a new thing, I would say. Not a Christmas jumper, but like trendy jumpers for the past 5-6 years. Mm-hmm. Like the office the other day, we had to do something. None of the girls had Christmas jumpers. I've got like 6 of them.
Well, I
get
don't
one
have a
every
Christmas
year.
jumper.
We do for the next episode next week. But it's like, why is now? Imagine them kids that don't have a Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
I hope they've got a surplus amount of Christmas jumpers at school to just
like
give out to people.
I know not everything is like dead expensive now because you can get cheap stuff from like Primark and Asda and stuff, but it's just another thing that you have to buy.
That they'll be grown out of next year. Like, it's fine for me because I've got 6 or whatever that I actually wear throughout the Christmas season, that I buy a new one each year. Mm-hmm. Whereas Eva's not going to be able to fit in that one next year.
Yeah, I know, it's going to last 1 year, that's it.
Gone. I just think, yeah. And then the disco outfit. You want to wear a nice outfit for your disco.
I don't think Oaks has got a disco.
He must do.
I don't think he has, you know.
It's just during the day. It's not.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Check.
There's 3 apps. I never know which one to look at. That's what I mean. Like, why is there 3 apps? Mm-hmm. Like, why can't everything just be in one app? Mm-hmm. Why can't I just have one place to look?
Yeah.
3's too many.
How many?
The brain cannot cope.
Have you been to see Santa yet?
No.
Are you going to see Santa?
Yes. Polar Express.
Just one Santa?
Yeah.
How many is too many Santas?
Oh. Well, I don't know, because if it's the real Santa, how there's only one.
So I don't ever say these are Santa.
So what do you say?
These are Santa's mates.
Just Santa's mates?
So Santa has got a full crew from the North Pole that comes and spreads the joy.
Right.
Because he's busy in the North Pole getting ready for Christmas. So there's a reason why he doesn't look like the man you saw last week.
Right.
But the first one they saw the other week, they were like, we got invited to this little barn thing. It was gorgeous. The Santa was so good.
I love it when there's a good
Santa. The beard. Dale was like, I said, you know that was the man that owned the pub?
That's really Santa?
And he was like, no, it isn't. I said, that man is our age. He was like, fucking hell. He was like, he's everything. It was like proper glued on, proper facial hair. But then the next week we were at Adventure Valley and they saw Santa again, who was also great. But Freddie was like, that wasn't the same man. And I'm like, I know. Remember, they're his mates. Spreading the joy.
So we all need to tell the same lies.
So this is what I was saying to somebody the other day.
That's just another add to the mental load.
And
all the lies that we have to tell.
The lies. Getting your lies remembering.
Like what?
Yeah, because I think, I don't know if we spoke about it, but we do need to all together in the world have a lie that's the same. Because why does... So Santa buys my kids one present.
So I was going to ask you this. So what do you do with that? So I feel
and
like
the rest
I'm going to do
from
the
Mummy
same.
And Daddy.
Yeah. Because some kids get absolutely loads and some kids don't get as much. So why does Santa give some kids more than others? He doesn't.
But D does a different lie. D'll say that we send Santa money. So whatever the parents send
Santa a budget,
and he brings them. And I'm like, God, that's too complex. But for years, not years, for 1 year, the grandparents were like, Santa's coming to our house too. And I'm like, Santa doesn't go to your house. You buy them presents.
Yeah.
The same way as we then bring you presents. But Santa brings one present. That'll be Freddie's Xbox and Eva's bike. She's very excited for a pedal bike.
Cute. Is it going to have a handle on the back?
No.
Or not? Can she ride a bike?
Not yet.
No.
A balance bike. She's absolutely incredible. So I think she'll be fine.
Amazing.
We'll be running bent over extra for about 3 weeks.
Bad back.
Bad back time.
That's why I would like a handle.
I'm fine though because I'm short.
Yeah.
Whereas Dale is like 6 foot and he's like bent over like a crow. Mm-hmm. I don't know what I'm saying.
Like a croissant.
Like a... What's the Christmas? It would have been so good.
Candy cane.
Like a candy cane. Makes us sad when I see an old man like a candy cane.
Oh.
I think, what did you do? It's a job.
Well, I don't know.
God bless the bad backs.
I know.
So yes, everything seems to be on me, but that's always the case.
Yeah.
Dale will go, I'll give you the money, you sort it out. And I'm like, all right, but I can still whinge.
Mm.
But I've told him not to get me anything for Christmas like I do every single year.
And do you mean it?
No, I genuinely do.
I thought you were going to say, no, I don't.
Because I don't know what I want. And I know he bought us these earrings last year and they're so expensive, but I lost one the other day and I freaked out. And he bought us something else and he spends a fortune but I don't need that. I'd rather have that and put it in me cryptocurrency.
Just give me money.
Give me the money.
I'm just really, really not bothered about, like, I do think that Christmas is about kids. Like, it's just about the kids, isn't it?
I think it's about coming together.
Yeah.
And spending time
Yeah,
together.
and
I
being
love
together.
the games that you play on Christmas Day. Do you do games?
Are we talking about Christmas next week?
I think so. Probably.
Let's save it.
Right, let's save it. Yeah, so I just think it's hard December for parents. Imagine, was it last week somebody put on our Mama Social members page about like a son or somebody's asked for really expensive presents.
Oh, yes.
And she just doesn't know what to tell him because she can't afford any of them. Like, how do you even navigate that stress during December?
Say no. Say Santa's got a budget. I don't know. I don't know the answer. But like, shoot, what was it? What was he asking for? What were they asking for? Did she actually say, or did she just say it was something really expensive?
Was it not an Xbox or a PlayStation or something? I'm sure it was like a big digital gift.
Yeah.
And she didn't give any context of like why she couldn't afford it, or has he been expected as a were her and her husband together and now she's separated from him, she can't afford all these things by herself. I don't know, there was no
like,
context around it.
Some people just can't afford those big things. Everything's going up. All the prices of everything are going up.
Right. So, mental load. Do what you can. Give yourself some grace. Anything else from you?
Protect your peace.
Protect your peace. Wasn't that something last week you were saying?
It was something when someone sent in one of the share the shits, and we were talking about just protect your peace at all costs.
At all costs. Such a good advice.
I think it's great advice.
Done.
And that's what you're getting from me. It's always hard to stand when you're too afraid to fall.
Say that again. Say it again.
It's always hard to stand when you're too afraid to fall.
Mic drop. Deep. Profound. Lauren Cause has been given 2 pence. Keep them coming. Oh, it's on her arm. She just pulled a tattoo out. It's on her arm.
It's got the wrong yaw as well, which is a bit embarrassing.
Right. Share your shit.
Time to share.
Time to share.
Time to share.
Share your shit. Share your shit.
Hi ladies, I have a question I'd like to get your thoughts on. What do you think of people sharing pics on their social media of the piles of presents? On the 1st of December, my Instagram feed was flooded with pictures of piles of presents with this elf on the bloody shelf. It's
Piles
now
of
become
presents?
like we have 2 Christmases. Would you share these types of pics?
I don't know what you're talking about. Piles of presents. The elf on the shelf.
On the 1st of December.
Pardon?
Did you not see any of them?
No.
So
I'm really good at protecting my peace because I don't go on social media, because we go on social media for work, that I don't often see other people's shit.
Okay. So there was, on the 1st of December, there was lots of photos of elves and balloons and advent calendars. Elves had came down from wherever they come from in balloons that said, "We're back," and stuff like that. Did you not see any of them?
Yeah, but I didn't see any of them, but they bring presents with them.
So some did.
Why?
Well, everyone's elf's different.
Oh, Manu.
Like my elves didn't bring any presents or anything with them.
I just think, stop it.
But why? Why is that triggering you?
It's triggering me because now I'm expected to do that.
Well, you're not though.
But why are they giving them presents? Them kids are then going to go into school and be like, my elf brought this, this and this. And then them kids that didn't get anything are like, oh, well, why my elf not bringing that? Freddie said, why don't we have an elf? I said, Santa asks the mums if they want elves. And I said, no, thank you.
You should have said, Santa knows you're already good. He didn't need this to send the elves.
That would have been so good to say. But it's triggering because it's unnecessary.
It is unnecessary.
Like, why they're doing it. If you know what? This is me. This is my 2 pence worth. Do what you want. Mm-hmm. But then don't put, you're only doing it to then take a picture to put it on Instagram.
But why?
So that makes themselves feel better.
But listen, I've been doing the elves, right? And I just find it a little bit funny.
The elves part is good, but why take a picture? I remember when I had a dance school, right? One of the mums would get herself in shitloads of debt, right? Mm-hmm. She couldn't even pay her invoice for a dance class most of the time. Shitloads of debt. And the first thing that she would put on Christmas Day is this Christmas Eve was this massive pile, 2 couch worth pile of Christmas presents. But I don't want to see that. You do whatever you want to do for your kids, but why on earth are you taking a picture of that massive pile and putting it on social media? It's not for your kid. It's for you to look like, 1, you're doing better than you think you're doing, and 2, to make other people feel. I don't think that part's a part that they're consciously doing. But it's unnecessary.
I do think some people will do it for that reason.
Yeah.
But I see those pictures and they don't bother me in the slightest. They just don't bother me. Like, I'm just like, oh, yeah, nice photo. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make me feel any type of way.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me feel like they're better than me or I'm doing worse than them or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, lovely photo that you've put on your Instagram.
You know what it makes me do? Now that I'm thinking about it. Is it because I would love to have more time to do them things, but I put all of my energy into, are we happy, healthy, sustained as a family, and work? Mm-hmm. The pair of us. They're our 2 things. Is everybody okay? Is everybody good? And work. And because we put so much energy into them 2 things, I don't have then the time to work out or do anything extra. So maybe I'm a little bit jealous that they have the time to do the crafty bits.
Triggers.
I'm being honest though.
No, yeah, no. And but I do think that it is, I'm not saying that you're jealous of all these people, but I do think that is a factor in people being so bothered by these things. Like, I never planned on doing Elf on the Shelf this year. I just so happened to have 2 elves that...
Oh, do you just so happen?
Well, my mum bought one last year because my mum really wanted us to do Elf on the Shelf because my mum's seen everyone else doing Elf on the Shelf and was like, you should be doing this. And I was like, no.
Your mum, the content creator manager.
And then I was just in the queue at the range buying some stuff to put on my media wall, and there was some elves on the shelves, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'll just grab another one for Ovi. They're like £2 or something. So I thought I'll just grab another one. And I still never planned on doing it. I just hung them on the Christmas tree because I've got a Christmas tree that's decorated red. So they look quite nice hung on there. And then on obviously the day before the 1st of December, I thought, I'm just going to hang them off the light. And then I came down and Oaks found it so funny that I was like, oh. So then I've just done really simple, very really not a lot of effort things with them, like not effort at all. But just his little face on him on, he's so excited about it.
Yeah. So maybe I'm just jealous of that.
Like this morning, the elves were just in Oaks's bed, just lying there, doing nothing.
If I was a kid, I'd be creeped out by that. Knowing that I'm going to go to sleep and these little dolls are going to come to life. And
where they're going to be.
You know them ones where, it's a little girl with like a proper strong accent of something and he's drawn like a mustache on her and she's like, no, I've got school. Like she's doing, have you seen that one? No, what am I going to do? I've got school. I don't know what accent that is.
Seen it.
But I don't know. I think next year there'll be another thing that we have to do.
There's always things that we'll have to do. But listen, I'm just a big believer in protecting your peace. So
Hashtag protect your peace.
hashtag, I might get that tattooed on it somewhere. Hashtag protect your peace. But like, if the people that are on social media that are sharing stuff that is making you feel a certain type of way, like, just stop looking or unfollow them. Protect your peace.
What's the question? Have we answered any sort of question? I just got hyped about
would you share these types of pics? Yeah, I do. Well, I've been sharing my elves on my story.
Yeah, but I think the issue is some random presents. So are you saying that people are going...
I'm going to show you. Wait there, because there's a girl that I went to school with, and I looked at it and I thought, oh, that's really lovely. Why not?
Hold on, show me and then I'll have an opinion.
Like, why is it not? God.
Because why is she sharing that?
Well, why not?
Why?
But why? Like, why not?
I thought you were insinuating, this lady was insinuating, that people are now doing piles of Christmas presents.
Leave your arm by your side because I have more stuff to say.
She's not talking at me, she's talking at Sarah. Do saying, hurry up, wrap it up.
She's trying to get us to hurry up. But listen, I'm just looking at your Instagram now.
Wait, mine's not nice?
Why did you share this? Some people can't afford takeaways.
Look how drunk he is. That was like 2 years ago or something.
Your Instagram's a really, really crap one to look at. Why did you share these flowers?
I don't even know. Give me a look. How long ago was that? 2022?
Oh, yeah, 2021.
Exactly.
But like, so why does anyone share anything?
Because we're looking for attention.
Well, obviously.
Yes.
What's
the problem in
What's the problem? Like, what is the problem with that? Like, should we all just crawl into our holes and die?
No.
So what then?
There isn't a problem. But the problem is that I don't want people to feel like they have to keep up with the Joneses. But that's not their problem. That's a you problem. The way that I've just said,
I'm glad that I've
come around. I'm realising that when I see things like that, which I don't see very often, that I go, oh, that's winding me up. But I know it's because I don't have the time to do it. Mm-hmm. And that's not their problem. I just want them to be doing it. Just own it as well. Like, own sharing your stuff. But I just don't think nobody needs to see you get massive pile of Christmas presents. But this elf thing, you didn't explain, all right? I blame you. It's all your fault. Huh? So, finish off that question.
Would you share these types of pics? That was the question.
She said yes.
I said yeah.
I said no.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on you and everything you share because I don't know if I believe you.
No, I probably will. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Right, anyway, guys, thanks for listening. We're getting told off that this episode's too long. And we're supposed to be keeping you interested and stuff. So, rate us.
It's really hard to stay on topic though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is quite difficult. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
This episode of Mama Social, the podcast, was filmed and produced by Flamingo Heights Podcast Studio.
Lauren, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
I don't like
Why
you
say Lauren? Just say see you soon.
Steve.
Because we're talking to our listeners.
Oh.
See you soon.